Hey, look, I moved! And I got a cat. You see him? Goodbye, cat! If the curtains move during this video, it's because Elliot is a punk. Hey, are any of you going to the No Filter show in Minneapolis on shh? Hey, are any of you going to the No Filter show in Minneapolis on Halloween? Because I definitely am, and I also definitely am going to be eating pizza at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock at the pizza place across from the theater. And if you decide to eat pizza too, your pizza can come with a side of Ashley Hug. To the original video at hand, I bring to you the 3rd out of 5 British collabs. It's like I went there or something and made hella dope content with some of my favorite people. Speaking of favorites, not to play favorites, but I might have a favorite. His name is Jazza, link or rhyming with oranges on the tubes, and he is a YouTube guru, if I do say so myself. He has been making the contents since 2007 and represents everything pure, healthy, balanced, and old school about this platform. At least that's what I think. Watch as we oxymoronically sit in the YouTube London creator space and chat about how the site has evolved and changed while recording on a webcam. Schwa, schwa! Hi everyone, I am joined by the lovely
Jazza John from Rhyming with Oranges on YouTube.
And so basically what I wanted to talk about with Jazza is kind of how YouTube has evolved and changed, and which of those changes are kind of fun, and which are maybe kind of sad, and maybe potentially problematic.
Okay.
So that's the reason that we're filming on a webcam, by the way.
We have like loads of really fancy equipment around us,
but we're
choosing
looking at it
the webcam.
and saying no.
No. No to you.
What does old school YouTube like mean to you?
In a very simple sense of the word, it's like the people that I hang out with on a Friday night. It's literally anybody who has the mentality of somebody who was around in 2007 and who would still be making videos if it were 2007.
I am already going to interject real quick. I think it is interesting that Jazza chose to include the word mentality, and I have to agree. I don't think it's necessarily required for you to have uploaded a video or even to have made an account in 2007 in order to be included in old school YouTube. I certainly didn't. I wasn't on the platform until 2010, but having the mentality of a 2007 tuber means valuing the same ideals, goals, and community that the platform started with. Schwa, schwa! 2007.
That's when I started.
Oh my gosh.
I have friends who started in 2006.
That's when YouTube was born.
Yeah, well, 2005 was when the site launched.
Really?
Yeah. So, I am from the second wave of vloggers.
Oh my gosh.
And anybody who has the same mentality. So we were literally, back then, really nerdy, often with a deficit of friends.
Okay. And so you turned to the internet.
So we turned to the internet, and we like entered competition, because competitions had started being made.
That's how I gained some of my first like traction.
See what shit sticks to this digital wall. And anybody who's doing that and not looking for like a cereal to sponsor them, like, I have time for you and you can come hang with me and we can have a party. Obviously now, everyone who puts a video on YouTube can make money.
True.
Whether it's like 3 cents a video, woohoo! Or if it's like millions if you're going viral.
Right.
Like, you have the option of making money, and that just wasn't even anything that was like in our heads at the time.
Right.
We wanted to get onto the front page.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to make stuff and to people to recognise that I made stuff.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to be stopped on the street.
And when Jazza mentioned how important recognition was versus money to old school tubers, that really got me thinking. Because as we all know, today being recognized can mean anything from screaming to stampedes to literally waiting 8 hours in line for just a 3-second interaction and an autograph. While being recognized back in the day meant...
It used to be, so Blade 376, Miles Dyer, is the man who did the first ever YouTube gathering in the UK, and it was just people going up to each other. Charlie was there. I think Dan and Phil were there.
Okay.
And it was people going up to them and being like, I really like your videos.
Yeah,
let's hang out.
Right, like, I like your stuff.
Let's go for a beer later. Yeah. I don't know, everybody's meant to know each other, and everybody's there under a single umbrella, and I feel like we started as a load of people hanging out in a field
Right.
in 2008,
Uh-huh.
and now we're in Alexandra Palace, which is insane.
In Paris, I had a meetup of only 12 ladies, and we spent the entire under the Eiffel Tower. We hung out under the Eiffel Tower for like 2 hours, and then I was like, "Well, you can go home if you want. Like, I don't know why you can't. Like, maybe to meet me or whatever. But like, I'm probably gonna go walk around Paris.
Wanna
If you wanna come, like, you can totally come." Actually, it was a meetup that lasted from 8:30 a.m. till about 8:30 p.m.
Yeah.
It was like all day.
And dude, you make mates.
Yeah.
You make friends.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is how, like, probably about 70 to 75% of my friendship group I made at gatherings. And people should be turning to the person who is next to them in the queue to have something signed by Sprinkle of Glitter. And they can be like, let's talk about Sprinkle of Glitter. We have a common interest.
Right.
Let's be friends. Shmore, everybody was on the same level. Right? And I've talked about on my channel, like, the increasing disparity between the viewers and the creators. Those who view, an increasing number of them aren't creators anymore. Whereas back then, in the golden years, everyone who was on YouTube was a creator.
Because nowadays the standard's so much higher. Like, I know so many people who won't make videos because they don't have a DSLR. And I'm like, that's sad.
Look at this poor quality! You too can be this poorly resolute.
No, it's sad to me that people feel like they can't start YouTube or become a part of the community because they don't have all these, like, silly high-tech gadgets.
You're going to be terrible at the beginning.
Yeah.
You will be shite.
Right. And you're not going to be Dan and Phil tomorrow, and you're not going to be super popular tomorrow.
No, exactly. And you just have to be okay with that and enjoy the stuff that you put up. And you are going to look back, and you're going to be incredibly embarrassed. Yeah. But we all were. And every single person who you see on YouTube, every single person who you watch, started with 1 subscriber. Wait, no, scratch that. They started with no 0 subscribers, and some people are in that 0 to 10 range longer than others. But you know what? Just bite the bullet and make it, and come and hang out with us in the pub.
You will notice that Jazza keeps saying things like, "Come hang out with us in the pub, let's have a beer," or "let's be mates." And that's such a more humanized view of a role model YouTuber than I think so many viewers have today. He's essentially saying, instead of screaming at me for a selfie, would you rather just actually be friends? And I love that, and I think sometimes that idea gets lost in today's convention environment. Obviously, YouTube has changed and evolved a lot over the years. But if you could give just a few nuggets of solid advice to anybody who wanted to start today, like, what would you tell them?
Start, do it on a webcam, upload something, find people your own size.
Schwa, so what is the point of all of this? YouTube changed, big deal, change is inevitable. Why are we having this conversation? Well, it's because some of us still have the 2007 mentality, as Jazza calls it. And we want you to know that if you want to be a part of this community, you do not need the subscriber count of Dan and Phil to be worthy. And on the flip side, you don't need to scream or fangirl to get our attention. Make an account, hop on a webcam, be awkward, and put your thoughts out there. Because some of us are looking for more cool content we can enjoy and mates that we can have a beer with. Okay, bye. Follow me on Twitter.
I've been asked on behalf of Ashley to have you subscribe and like. Pretty please for me. Like for me. Please like for me. Pretty please for me, I'll give you fake money.